What's going on, you guys? Back again with another video. Today, once again, we're going to be working on the Tacoma. I hope you guys aren't tired of these videos or tired of the truck yet. Please bear with me and understand that it's a brand new toy, so therefore I want to mod the hell out of it and make it my own. Now, for those of you guys that are missing the Mustang, trust me, there's something big on the way that's going to totally change the look of this car, so just stay tuned for that. Now, back to the main video today. We're going to be working, like I said, on the Tacoma. Now, we are going to be doing what's called the Raptor light mod. And that's these three lights here that go up in front on the grill. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is not a Ford Raptor. Why are you making it seem like a Raptor? But let's be completely honest. The Ford Raptor is a beautiful, beautiful truck. One that I would love to have eventually one day. For now, it was a little bit too far out of my means for what I need, so this is what we're working with now. It looks pretty damn good. Please don't knock it till you see it, but that's what we're going to be getting into today. Installing Raptor style amber lights on the front grille. So the lights themselves, you guys, are from ijdmtoy.com. I'm going to go ahead and link them down below if you want to find yourself a pair and check them out for yourself. What we're looking at here is from importequipment.com, and it's just the side marker reflector cutout, and it's just basically a vinyl piece that's going to cover that out. As you can see, I actually have it on the Mustang too. Now this one is not from Import Equipment, but it's going to be exactly the same idea. I went with the all blackout kit. They have different colors and different transparencies if you would like to check them out as well. I'm going to link it down below so you can go ahead and look it over for yourself. So this is what we're looking at installing. I'm going to go ahead and go to the truck, see how I'm going to wire all this up. I do want to test this before I totally delete the OEM amber light. So we'll pick it back up once I got it figured out. So after looking at it further, this is kind of what I've come up with. I went ahead and I removed my low beam aux beam T1 light bulb that was in there now, the LED, and it sits right in there. And I just removed that to give me access to the little side marker light, which sits in here. As you can see, it does have a plug to it, and then it does have like a little grommet and socket to where this will totally close off the headlight. Now what I went ahead and did, and what I think I'm just gonna do, is I'm just gonna remove the light bulb. As you can see, there's a light bulb that sits in here, but I am gonna leave this still plugged into the headlight just to avoid any condensate any condensation or anything to compromise the headlight housing. So I am going to leave that in place, but as you can see, it's just two wires. It's a purple and a white. Now the white has a black line going through it, so I'm going to go ahead and assume, now that's a key word, assume that that's the negative. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just quick connect using these blue quick connects or quick splices into each one of those wires, and then have a whole separate wire running out this way. And then, just in case I ever do have to remove the grill for whatever reason, I am going to make it a female and male quick disconnect in between the two lines. These three lights, all these wire harnesses, into one, and use the male connection. That way, somewhere in here, I'm going to be able to disconnect it just by pulling these apart. So that's kind of the route that I'm going for. As you can see, this TRD Pro Grill does have openings, so I'm just going to do every other one, which I believe the center mark is here. So I'm going to go here, here, and then here. And basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to shove this little backing piece into it, and then from the back side put the nut on. As you can see, it's very, very accessible from back here. That's kind of why I love working on this thing. It's so open, and you're able to do whatever you have to do back here. Alright, you guys, just to quickly show you guys kind of what I've done since I've last picked up this camera. There is the OEM plug there. As you can see, I use those blue quick splices just to go off of those. Now that's what it's looking like now. If this all works properly as it should, I'm obviously going to electrical tape all that up and make it look nice and be out the way. Now these are the opposite ends of the runs. Like, obviously I'm not going to leave all this wire in place. I'm going to cut it two sides, but for now I just want to make sure that everything works. As you can see, all I've done is I've made my blue my negative, my red my positive, and I've attached those ends to the ends of the three amber Raptor lights. So now it should be as easy as flicking the switch and testing it out, making sure it all works. If it all works, then we'll move on to properly installing, cutting these to wire, and making everything to length. See, all three work. That's exactly what we want. Now, of course, you guys keep in mind these aren't going to be too extremely bright because they are supposed to just be or to replace the side reflector. As you can see, this one is not on because obviously it's hanging out and the light bulb is removed, and this side is on. Very, very dim, very, very hard to see, but that's why we're going to go ahead and just completely delete those. I personally think this orange looks ugly up on the headlight itself. As you can see, the sides of the headlight are actually blacked out, so I think it's going to be fit perfect with just that little black vinyl piece here to black that out. So now that we got everything wired up properly and we know what color is what, I'm going to go ahead and just start to install these into my grill and get the proper wiring going on over here. Alright, you guys, so as you can see, I went ahead and just slid in the first one kind of just to get an idea of how it was going to sit. As you can see, I'm going every other one just to make it even. This would be the center point of the grill. Skip one, add one, skip one. Same the other way, skip one, add one, skip one. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys kind of just how easy these sit in place. Now the backing nut, I'm pretty sure I would not need it, and I'm pretty sure it'll be just fine without it, because as you'll hear right now, it kind of just like, because of all the threads back here, it kind of just snaps in place, and it's pretty set in stone as is. Just for my own peace of mind, I'm gonna go ahead and thread the rear locking nut or the rear nut, just 1 or 2 threads, whatever it is that it can grab, just so at least there's something there. But you guys will hear how it is when I just go ahead and push this in. Now I'm gonna go ahead and try to find the center point, and you guys can hear the clicking. So as you guys heard there, the threads themselves kind of just lock it into place. And as you can see, I'm pulling on it pretty hard and I'm flexing the whole grill. The threads itself are what latches onto the grill. So that's pretty much it. That's all you really got to do there. So there's 1, 2, then we're going to add the third one, wired it all up, and we'll move right along. Alright, you guys, so I just wanted to give you guys a little update. For those of you who don't know, the tedious portion of any electrical or any wiring job, connecting it on, making it all work, is actually the most tedious, slowest, and boring part. It takes so long and it kind of feels like you're not getting much done, but nonetheless, I wanted to show you guys what was going on. So here is our OEM plug that's going into what would be the reflector bulb, which I have removed as I stated earlier. It's already plugged in place and the headlight is sealed off at that point. There is our quick disconnects. I have it all taped up. There is our lead wires coming off of that plug that I'm gonna then shoot over into the lead wires that I have now extended off of all these little smaller wires coming off of our Raptor amber style bulbs that I have on the grill already. Now the thing about these bulbs themselves is, one thing I will say is the wires coming off of these things are extremely small. Obviously the best way to do it would be to solder them, but if you saw my previous video, our soldering iron that we had bought off of Harbor Freight completely sucked ass, so I had returned that one, and I kind of don't have one now, so I just went ahead and did this for now. I used a butt connector. I put all 3 wires together to make the copper side of this, the copper side of the lights, a little thicker, and then I went ahead and matched it out to a bigger 16 gauge wire. Now I butt connected it all together. It's all pretty solid. I did use some heat shrink butt connectors, so I'm able to make them nice and tight, and then I went ahead and put electrical tape over it. Now for whatever reason this were to disconnect, the beautiful thing about it is that I have all this room to be able to go back and fix it. So now once again I connected them. I'm gonna go ahead and give it one last test run. If this test run works perfectly, then I'll go ahead and put the male-female connections on each one of these sides and then tuck away all my wires, and we should be ready to rock and roll. Alright, you guys, as you can see, everything's working. Looks pretty freaking sweet. I still need to remove this bulb, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, and I'll show you guys how I did that. This bulb is already removed, that's why it is not on. And keep in mind, we do still have to go back and black these out, so we'll do that once we have this wiring job done. Alright, you guys, so once again, to get this bulb out, this socket, I had to remove our aux beam, low beam LED bulb out the way. So now I got this out. Now I'm just gonna go get some pliers and pull this out. I'll try to show you guys, but like I said, still no tripod, so I'm still trying to make it work without one. So simply all I'm gonna do is grab the bulb and pull, and that's it. Now that the bulb is out, I'm ready to go ahead and put this back in, and then we'll move on to blacking out the reflectors. Alright, you guys, there you go. Male connections or male terminals, female terminals, all shrink tubed up and clamped on nice and neat. together tight. Now I'm just gonna plug them up, zip tie everything up, and we'll move along to blacking out these reflectors. Alright you guys, so what we're looking at here is the passenger side reflector. This is the layout you get from importequipment.com. As you can see, you kind of just follow the outline of it, and you can tell that this is for the passenger side. So basically all we're going to do is we're going to get some soap and water and a sprayer. You're going to need a hairdryer just to get it kind of warm once you're done positioning it. And the way it's going to work is basically you're going to spray soap and water on here itself, wipe it down, clean it off. Spray water and soap on the sticky side of the actual vinyl cover. Maneuver it in place, use your squeegee to get out all the soap and bubbles, and once you get it into its final position, then you use your hairdryer to heat it up and basically just stick it in place. So, we're just going to go ahead and pick it up and let's get to it.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening?
Yeah, let's fucking rage!
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright you guys, so as you can see, this one's a little different than the Mustang. If you look it over at the Mustang's corner, the only other time that I've used vinyl, you can see that the vinyl actually wraps all the way around the actual corner of the headlight itself. Where in this case, it doesn't wrap around the corner, it kind of just sits along the edge with the open edge to cover the chrome from the side view. If you get a side view directly, come on this side, show a side view just from this way, you can see that it covers up the chrome and the orange reflector perfectly. But actually getting it to the proper placement, I guess, it's kind of tough because you kind of just got to eyeball it. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with the hairdryer a little bit more, squeegee out as much as I can. Do the same for the opposite side, and we'll pick it up once it's all done.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
The Zombie 5.0, true MVP, cleaning up Layla's carbon fiber.
Looking like fresh as tits.
She was dirty as fuck though. But anyways, back to the truck, you guys. As you can see, we're all done with the vinyl. Very, very small details, you guys. Nothing too big or crazy, but makes the truck look a hell of a lot better. Obviously, the proper way to do this, or the better way to do this type of deal, obviously would be to retrofit your lights, which means you break open the lights itself, you black it all out inside, and then you put it all back together. The problem with that is, one, you got to throw your lights in the oven, so it can be kind of sketchy, and two, you got to make sure you reseal it properly so you don't get condensation in your headlights. But I absolutely love the way it looks. I basically just relocated my amber lights up to the front and gave us that Raptor style look. Now, is this 100% California compliant? Maybe not. If I'm not mistaken, you definitely do need those orange reflectors, but I don't want to jinx it. So far I've had a pretty good luck with the Mustang and not being pulled over for that, so hopefully we'll be alright. Like always, you guys stay tuned for the end of this video. I'm definitely going to show you guys some night shots of this all. ijdmtoys.com, importequipment.com. I'm gonna go ahead and link both of these down below so you can get yourself some if you are interested. Like always, you guys, thanks for watching. Go ahead, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Peace.
Oh yeah, oh my god.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.